Okay, so I love Hazbin Hotel in the same way that I love Twilight. I'm like, I don't know what gave you the audacity to think that this is good writing, but I kind of love it. Okay. So, I mean, like, I feel like other people have, like, talked about this before, but these are my personal gripes with Hazbin Hotel. I would say in general, they take the jokes too far. And a great example of this is, like, Serpentius is basically just a comedy character. Like, so we're not really given any other, like, context to see him through, and it's fun to make him funny, but it's kind of like he is only funny. Like, I want to love him, but at the same time, I'm like, girl, who are you? I don't know. Why did he go to heaven? I don't know. Because they didn't tell us, like, what his fatal flaw is. So it's like, you need to let me know about what that is. You need to tell me right now. Because I don't know what it is. And because of that, I don't understand. Like, basically, what I got from it was, oh, in order to get into heaven, they have to make a sacrifice and die for their friends. And that's the only way. And it's not like they could correct their life or, like, make up for what they did or, like, grow as a person. I don't understand why he was in hell, because they didn't tell us very well. Like, I don't know, maybe he blew too many people. Oh my god. Okay. And then, character design, they all kind of have, like, the same body type, which is very frustrating. Like, their silhouettes do look concerningly similar. And I love a suit, I love a bow tie, like I do. I love that so much. In fact, I'll be right back. Oh my god, look at him, a suit and a bow tie. Or, like, the Joker has a suit and a bow tie, but if you think about it, the Joker looks his suit is very different from Jack Skellington's suit. Jack's is black and white pinstripes, and the Joker's is, like, very colorful. So I think the problem is that they are all kind of the same colors. I want to see an individual color palette for every character. Like, for example, the Amazing Digital Circus. All the characters look so different, but they also look like they're from the same show. Like, the style is continuous. Anyways, so shit. Okay, never mind. Found it. So the background of the characters, which I feel like is very important. We don't know why they're in hell. We were never told that. And secondly, we don't really know who they are. I had to go digging around on wiki pages and stuff to find out about, like, what their backstory is. I didn't know Nifty was Korean, and, like, the reason why she's trying to find a bad boy is because she's, like, severely traumatized in the 50s. I didn't know Alistair killed people in his original life. Like, I could have guessed, but you know, it was kind of like, oh, maybe it's just because of like other stuff that he did. And like it is cute that the character designs also reflect how they die. However, I need you to tell me or infer in like tell me in some kind of way, like, because I don't want to be digging around on the internet to find it out. And you know, like I had to give, I was watching it with my mom, and like just for context for her to understand the show, I had to write down like all the characters' backgrounds and be like, you know, like here's your context sheet, because they're not gonna tell you. Which I know they were speeding up because they didn't know if they were gonna get more than like one season, but if you can't do the whole show, you can. It is what it is. Anyways, so I do struggle with the writing of the show. Like, the quality of writing is reminiscent of a fan fiction. I just feel like it could have been workshopped and refined more, which is absolutely devastating because I fuck with the idea so hard. Like, it is an amazing idea. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. And it's so like cute. Like I love a good, like, based on mythology. Like Lord Olympus. Like, you know, I thought it was like very endearing, and when I watched the pilot, I was like, oh my god, I have to watch this show. Also, sidebar, if you are an indie show that happens to make it, do not fire everyone you worked for and then be like, we're honoring the indie roots. Girl, where? There is one person left besides you. It's like, oh my god, you need I wanted to see all of those people that worked on that show. I don't give a shit that they're not on Broadway. I don't give a shit that they're not a Broadway cast. And yes, I know that pilots do this a lot. However, if you are an independent show, I want to see that you're not going to screw everyone over. I want to see something cute. I want to see that you guys are all friends and you're all getting along. This is horrible. Oh my god. Or at least that you don't fire them and make them want to quit. Which is just like, it's not the point. So Angel's episode, I did really find the writing like better than better than the other episodes, and I would have loved to see like I would have loved if they had added in like flashbacks of his life for context. Like, you know, like it would have really helped, and I would have liked if they had done like, because they had 9 episodes, I would have appreciated it if instead of just going for we're doing the whole thing, they would have gone for we're gonna do an Angel Dust episode, which they did do, beautiful, wonderful, a Charlie episode, a Vaggie episode, a Husk episode, a Serpentious episode, and did I say Husk? Also, like, maybe Alistair, maybe not. Maybe maybe like the one about Alistair is kind of cut up with also the one about like just kind of like Vox, and it kind of like gives context to the characters that are less so main characters but still like very central to the plot. And you know, the Charlie episode could have been like she goes to, you know, like she goes to meet Adam kind of like she did, except Charlie, girl, I love you, please stop explaining to me what you're doing. You told me 15 times now, I swear. Like, if I see her explaining it again in season 2, I will absolutely lose my mind. I cannot handle this. I cannot. And I also would have loved if at the beginning of the episode they showed how each of them died. And then like kind of like do like a little like time skip. Ooh. And then, you know, it would have been like just better. And it just like, it's so sad because it could have been so beautiful, and I do love it, but the characters are supposed to be flawed, not the writing. Oh my god. Another thing about Serpentious, they did an essay joke which did not make sense because it was right after they do the context about Angel Dust, and they tell us like everything that he's going through, which is devastating. I cry every time I watch that episode. And then they immediately turn to make like an essay joke, which is like about Serpentious, and it's like, I don't understand where that decision came from. I feel like the show is trying a little bit too hard to be funny to the point where it interferes with the plot. Like, comedy is supposed to add, not subtract. And then also, shout out to Husk. I love him, but he did also, he was a big character, my least favorite part of the entire show. And I say this because also the episode of freaking episode 5, The Amazing Digital Circus, which I'm gonna make a video on, but like just the contrast of the amazing, beautiful, like showing Jax having a meltdown, and then also like it is just so beautiful in the like show don't tell kind of a way. And every time I watch like a Digital Circus episode, I notice something new, I notice something different, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. Anyways, so that moment was in like kind of direct contrast with the moment that I am. I think if you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. This is the first like Barbie that I have actually done a makeover on, so I deeply apologize, and when I get better, she will get a do-over. So yeah. Anyways, continuing on with the contrasting moment is, I hate it when Husk looks us in the eyes and tells us what to think of every character. And I know that the genre of adult animation is usually more obvious and less subtle. However, in Rick and Morty, they never tell us specifically to that like more that Rick makes horrible decisions. We could just figure that out by watching him make horrible decisions. So it's kind of like I needed the character development to be inferred instead of told directly to me. I am not 5, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. They slayed with the inferring, but making it obvious enough that kids can pick up on. I don't know. Take notes, Vivian. But also, the intro of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I watched it side by side with the intro of Hazbin Hotel, and it was very similar, but the thing that I hate about that is because the Hazbin Hotel intro was not. Like, it did not explain it very well. Like, I had to rewind and rewatch it a couple of times, which was very frustrating and infuriating. Because I was like, wait, hold the phone. What's going on? And I don't think it was like a just ADHD moment. Because let me tell you, some of the lore is inconsistent for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, but they rolled that intro. I knew what the fuck was going on immediately at, you know, the ripe age of 7 years old. Okay, so, yeah. No hate to Hazbin Hotel fans. I am one of you, and that is why I care so much. Thank you and goodbye.